I have a confession to make, but also, and I'm so excited to tell you, I gained weight. More about that later, but first, my confession. I have been sharing different routine videos before, and as much as I love making those videos, I realize that they sometimes interfere with the thin line between productivity and procrastination. Are you ticking off to-do lists that will actualize your goals, or are you just keeping yourself busy with tasks that don't really get you anywhere? Don't get me wrong, I think self-care is key, but sometimes self-care isn't doing a 10,000 step morning routine, and self-care is more to push yourself to meet the deadline and to get the tasks that have been on your mind since forever out of the way. So yes, it is good to meditate, to journal, and to enjoy your morning coffee, but sometimes your morning routine doesn't require 10,000 steps and you just need to get yourself to work. Okay, I'm quickly going to get changed and then it's time for me to head to the gym and we're going to train glutes and hamstrings. So I am excited. So if you didn't know, I started a 12-week gaining phase and I'm currently at week 3, and this week was the first week where I started to feel a change. And you know what it was? I could feel my inner thighs touching during the entire workout. Like, it was noticeable. They always touched before, which is such a specific thing to talk about and so tiny, but anyways. But now I was like, I could feel it during the entire session, which is big for me because obviously it's my goal to gain. So that's something I wanted to share. If you want to follow the same workout guide as I do, you can get it via my website, GAINSBYBRAINS.com, or I'll link it in the description box down below. And it's kicking my butt. And not only my butt, but everyone's butt. So if you want to join us, you can. I have different guides available and I am doing my next level guide, which is my most intense one. You know, I really started to get results once I shifted my perspective from being focused on my end goal. And I'm saying that lightly because goals adapt and change as you grow. And I mean grow as in physically and mentally. To being more focused on my session. That's right. So being focused on the workout in front of you. If the session is your goal, you'll treat it with respect, or at least that's what I noticed myself. I was more patient, then I could push myself harder. And when I was focused on the end goal, that single session just sometimes looked more insignificant to the bigger picture. Anyways, that's just something that I realized while I was doing this workout. But I weighed myself, which is something that I usually never do because I just prefer to evaluate based on how I feel, how I perform, how I sleep, how I recover, and how I look, obviously, because that just tells me more than a number. But I did weigh myself and I am currently 0.7 kgs heavier than when I started my gaining phase. I think it's mainly water retention in my muscles because they just feel more pumped, and I've also been really good with my creatine intake. So, but we'll see. I'll keep you posted during these next 9 weeks and maybe even longer because I'm actually really enjoying myself during this phase. You know the drill. We always start with some light cardio activity and then we move on to dynamic stretches. The same what I said with changing your perspective and it helping to make your session feel more significant. I definitely noticed a difference in how I actually do my warm-ups and my cool-downs, because that was something that I used to either skip or kind of rush through. And once I started to see my session as the session, the end goal, the thing that I was focused on, I really wanted to make sure that I did it correctly, that I do my warm-ups, that I make sure that my hips are warm, that I don't get injuries, that I'm doing everything correctly, and then I just treat every rep and every set with respect, and then I do a cool down after. So that's been really exciting. Today I started with a superset of sumo deadlifts and RDLs, which is not a joke. I am sticking to the structure or the blueprint of the workouts in my guide, by the way. I do switch exercises around every now and then because I share daily workouts on Instagram and I share them here a few times a week as well. And I want to make sure that I share a variety of workouts and exercises to help everyone that I can reach. By the way, if you love watching my videos and my vlogs, I have a Dutch YouTube channel as well, which is so exciting. I added English subtitles. I'll link it down below, but I share more behind the scenes and it's just, I don't know, I love making videos for that channel. So if you want to go ahead and check it out and subscribe, please do so. I'll link it in the description box. The superset was heavy. I always decrease the weight slightly just so that I can keep up with the intensity of the superset. But I love supersets. Not only are they very time efficient, they're also super intense, which I absolutely love. And then I did the step ups. Step ups are great glute exercises. I feel like they're so underrated. Make sure that you go super slow and that you don't actually push yourself off of your back leg, but that you only use the glute of your working leg, so the leg that is actually on the box. And then after the glute step ups, it was time for the standing hamstring curl. Now, you know that I'm a fan of training my hamstrings, or if you don't know, then you know now, just because I feel like it really helps with giving that defined look for your glutes as well. So I did the standing variation. I always say it, if your gym doesn't have the standing one, but if it has like a laying one or a seated one, that's fine as well. You can use that one as well. I always try to not be super black and white with things or as strict with things, because I always felt like striving for perfection is kind of what gets the joy out of everything. So I just strive to get it done as good as I can, and that usually leaves me with better results anyways. I think the main thing is that you try to show up and give it your best effort, and if you continuously try to do so, you'll continuously get further than if you were just try to strive for perfection when you can't obviously achieve that every single time. Sometimes done is better than perfect. And then after the hamstring curls, I did glute kickbacks. I've been loving doing them in the machine. Sometimes you have to give machines a few tries before you actually feel them in your muscles, because I remember the first few times that I did this machine, I mainly felt that in my quad of my standing leg, but then after trying to tweak it a bit, I was able to actually feel it in my working leg, which was exciting because now I can use the machine. And sometimes I just love machines because this setup is so easy. And then I did static stretches after, because we all know that we have to do them to make sure that our muscles don't get all cramped up and we keep our flexibility and mobility. Am I wearing a swimsuit? We'll never know. This top it was called the micro bikini. It is so micro, like it is micro, but it is cute. It is from Skims. The entire like set is Skims, and then these are like jogger shorts. I don't think you can see them. Ooh, still can't see them. Anyways, Gymshark jogger shorts. I thought they were quite cute, and I just picked up groceries from the grocery store, and it is actually time for me to go ahead and make some lunch. And I thought I would make a little pasta, and then I'm going to make it with hidden veggies. Okay, so here's everything that we need. We have mozzarella cheese, parmesan, pasta obviously, spring onion, broccoli, basilicum, basil I think it's called, and olive oil. Okay, I'm going to prepare the pasta according to the packaging instructions, and then in the meantime I'm going to clean, cut and boil the broccoli just for a few minutes, and then I'm going to make the sauce based on the broccoli. And I'm also going to prepare the chicken, obviously. I added the broccoli to my blender, and then I'm going to add the cheese, the oil, and some of the basil, sorry. And then I'm going to mix it up, maybe add a bit of the liquid from the pasta, and then we have our little sauce going. My pasta is done, so be right back. Okay, taste test. Very nervous. Like honestly, if you don't like broccoli, you have to try this, because I don't like broccoli and I don't mind this at all. So I'm going to add a bit more mozzarella cheese and a bit more basil. And then I'm going to blend it again and see how it goes. But it's super like creamy and like airy, which I love. So we love this. I have a few more of these, and I'm going to add some basil. Maybe I also want to add a bit more parmesan. Let me go grab it. Second try. This is the Ninja blender, by the way. Okay, so I have the pasta in my little pan, and now I'm going to add the sauce that we just made. Give everything an amazing stir, and then we're ready. I'm like dying over the sound. It looks like it could be in a restaurant, right? I didn't add the chicken because I know that will ruin my aesthetics of my green veggie pasta. So I'm just leaving it at this for now, and I'm going to do a taste test. I'm so excited. Okay, cheers. I love it. Well, I'm going to enjoy this. Add some protein. It's not the same vibe. It still looks nice, but it's different. I'm about to head into another meeting with our app developers, which is so exciting. Honestly, all my weeks are completely booked with everything that has to do with the app. And next week I'm actually going to Germany to do a workshop with them and to basically come up with the entire app and all the features. And it's so exciting. It's a lot of work that goes on behind the scenes, but I'm actually having to do a meeting right now in a few minutes. So I just wanted to give a little bit of an update. Working really hard, and hopefully I can share more about it later, but I will take you guys with me to Germany next week and hopefully share a bit more behind the scenes. Anyways, I'm going to end the vlog here. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope that you enjoyed it, and then I'll see you in my next one. Bye guys.